Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm here with Joe.
Hey everyone, I'm Joe. I've known Tiffany for some time now. We met each other at a youth gathering, and we kind of been friends ever since. We've been friends ever since. You know, it's always good to also have friends within Christ, of course, which is kind of interesting because there's
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about.
That's what we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about can you be friends with non-believers? So I'm gonna go first.
Sure, absolutely. Take it.
So honestly, I think you can be friends with non-believers, but I think there's a line. It's like a very thin line, because basically at the end of the day, one person is gonna pull another. You know, it's either, you know, your non-believing friend is gonna, you know, go to the club, or they're gonna drink or smoke or whatever. Not saying that all non-believers do that, so don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, you know, but it could be cursing, it could just be simple things, you know what I'm saying? And not saying all believers, I'm not saying that all non-believers do things, you know, because there's some non-believers out there who live a Christian life.
It's very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't do, you know, club, they don't do any of that. The only thing is they just, you know, they're not born again. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, it's a difference with being born again and being, you know, a non-believer. And at the end of the day, when you're a non-believer, I believe that I believe that, you know, you don't really fear God. You know, because to fear God is to know Him. True. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like somebody's gonna pull somebody, you know. And I think you can be friends with non-believers, but you just have to keep it to a limit. You just gotta know, okay, I'm gonna, you know, we were friends before, you know, not just because I'm a believer now, you know, and I'm born again, you know, that doesn't mean that we can't be friends anymore. But it's just like, there's just certain things I know I'm not gonna do. So it's like, don't even call me if you're gonna go to a club. Like, seriously, like, do not call me if you're going to a club. Okay? If you're gonna have, like, let's say, because I like to do like backyard barbecues. I don't club.
Who loves I don't know anyone who doesn't like backyard barbecues.
Yeah, so it's just like, that's what I do. But it's like, if there's gonna be drinking, I'm not saying I won't go, but it's just like, don't offer me a drink. It's just certain things that you should just know.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer the question, yes, I believe you can be friends with non-believers, and I believe there should be a reason why you're friends with them also. True. Don't just, oh, we've been friends since way back when, you know, since, you know, we were in diapers, so, you know, I can't like unbefriend this person. Like, it's nothing wrong with still being friends with that person, but there's a reason why you got saved, and it's not for yourself. Like, you got saved to save non-believers. You got saved so that you can pull people to Christ. You know, so it's just like, you have to let your light shine, you know, so that they can see a difference in you and they can come over to the light and leave the darkness. So that's my take on it.
I like that take. I think personally it comes with, first of all, let me answer the question.
Yeah.
I do think you can have friends who are non-believers. I think first and foremost it comes with acceptance of who you are, understanding who you are as a person, and also accepting who they are as a person. Mm-hmm. Because too many times we kind of, when you kind of get caught up in the mind that people who aren't Christian, like you were saying, like some people live a Christian life or a clean life even though they aren't Christian.
That is
we
true.
get into that mindset that if, you know, if you don't believe in God, you aren't, how can I say, a good human being. Like, it's kind of one of those things. And also, we're all human. We all go through certain things. You might be, and to be completely honest, you might be that person. One day your friend is going through things and he comes to you and he's like, I need help. And you could offer them that help. Maybe they're looking for something, and you can be that person to connect them to Christ, or whatever you can do. Always be that shoulder. I think that's important too. And I like the part when you said, you always should have a reason to be friends with someone.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will say, okay, well, isn't that like a little premeditative or whatever you want to call it? But I think like when you have a friendship, whether it's, you know, someone you can confide in, you know, professional, you should always kind of figure out why you know someone.
Yeah.
Why
definitely.
you want to be with someone, why you want to be with them, so you don't kind of jade yourself or contradict yourself along those lines. And you said as a Christian, there's certain things you can and can't do. If you can accept that and your friend can accept that, you most definitely can be friends. When you start judging each other and start nitpicking certain things, And that's when you've learned that you haven't fully accepted that person and accepted who you are. As people, we're constantly dynamic. We're changing in everything that we do. And I feel like as a person, and also as a friend, you should understand that your friend is a certain way, and they should understand that you are a certain way. If they can't understand, if you can't come to that common understanding, maybe that friendship should not foster and continue. You should be the bigger person and say, listen, if you can't accept me for who I am and what I believe in, maybe we shouldn't be friends, you know, or maybe we shouldn't spend so much time doing these things. And also, if you feel like what your friend's doing also contradicts your beliefs, don't do it just because you're friends. You know, a lot of people will just get into that peer pressure. I know we get older and, you know, we feel like we don't succumb to peer pressure, but honestly, if you start hanging out with people who do certain things, you will find yourself wanting to do the thing that they're doing, or just, you know, find yourself in the middle of it, just caught up in the middle. So just knowing yourself, knowing your boundaries, and also knowing your friends' boundaries, and I think you can have a great friendship. Yes.
Okay, so there you go, guys. I'm sure a lot of us are friends with non-believers, and like I said, some non-believers, they're living holier than Christians. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, some people, you know, don't believe in God, or, you know, some people, they're just not there yet, you know. But we're not saying non-believers are bad people, because like I said, a lot of them out there are living holier than, you know, than us Christians, you know. So basically, at the end of the day, if you are a friend, if you are a believer and you have a friend who's not a believer, there's a reason why you're in that person's life. It's not just to remain friends. No, you're in that person's life so you can bring them to Christ. I mean, that should be the goal, that should be the aim, you know. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna start doing this thing where I'm gonna be having like guests, and we're just gonna be talking about different things. Like you mentioned one thing, like there's certain things that a Christian can do and a Christian can't do. I'm gonna do a video on that, like what should Christians do, you know, or, you know, what are Christians not supposed to do, you know. And I'm gonna have so many more topics. I'm gonna have a lot more different guests. I'm gonna try to do this thing on a more frequent basis, like maybe like every 2 weeks I'll put a video out with a special guest. So I hope you guys stay tuned for more topics, more special guests, and yeah, don't forget to keep God first and all that you do. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And Joe, you want to tell them about your social media?
You can follow me on Facebook. You can add me on Facebook. My first name, JoArlee. There's no one else with that name.
That's true. That's true.
I have an Instagram. What else? Snapchat. You could follow me on Israelite, IZREALIGHT. You can find me on that. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
That was great.
So I'm also gonna leave Joe's info down below so you guys can follow him on all the social medias, and as well you can follow me on Snapchat. You can follow me on Instagram, and yeah, that's it.
Yes, I love this segment. It's great. I love what you're doing. It's great. I feel like these topics are so important.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a lot of Christians, especially people who are just stepping into that light or just finding Christ, want to know what's okay. And I think it's a great chance to open up a discussion and feel like, okay, it's okay to have these thoughts, or it's okay to feel this way, you know? So yeah.
Definitely. Thank you guys. Deuce. Oh, it's mad close.
What's up, YouTube?
It's mad close. Yeah.
This time! I don't know. It kind of looks like we're sitting next to each other again, though. Maybe we should just sit next to each other.
You think so?
I mean, look at it. Like, can you even tell we're on different couches?
No, you cannot.
You know
definitely can't.
It definitely depends on the angling. That's definitely important. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we still recording?
Yeah, because I'm just trying to see how...
It's awesome. I like the picture. It's really good.
Yes, it is. So you think we should sit on the same... Let's try sitting on the same couch. Let's see how that looks.
Let's give that a shot.
Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a whirl.
Take the blue pillow.
I think it looks better.
Oh, you said...